Yo guys, what is going on? And today Manchester United did go up against West Ham United at the Olympic Stadium, and the match did finish in a 2-0 victory for Manchester United, leaving them with a 6-game win streak in the Premier League, 11 games undefeated in all competitions, which is the best run they've been in since the Ferguson era. Now, talking the game, and as Premier League West Ham fans might not to hear this, but the first thing I have to say is that West Ham fans are absolutely disgusting. 15 minutes into the match, there was a penalty shout given to, not a penalty, a red card given to Soufiane Feghouli for a challenge that, yes, it was not even, I don't think it was a yellow card, let alone a red card, but Mike Dean gave the penalty. Why do I keep saying penalty? He gave the red card and Feghouli was off, and that for me did change the tempo of the game. West Ham started with a 4-2-3-1. They moved to a 4-4-1-1 without playing the striker, putting Lanzini at centre forward, and there the match just kind of got a little bit meh. There was a few good chances for West Ham. David De Gea had to be on his toes a few times, made two very nice saves, but there was an opportunity in the first half, two opportunities that really made me feel like, what is going on? It was a ball put into the box by Ibrahimovic over to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan puts it over to Valencia, who's right in front of goal, and what does he do? He kicks it straight at Randolph, and Randolph's reaction was A-class. It was a few inches from going in the net, but that's not the point. Valencia should have finished it off. Randolph parries it out. Lingard picks it up. I'm like, yes, come on, Lingard. And then, snap, he hits the fucking post. Sorry for the language. But he hit the goddamn post. That really pissed me off. As you can see, that little thing here, Paul Pogba there. Yeah, that's enough of that. And, yeah, for me, in the Premier League at the moment, there is one thing that's ruining it for me, and that is the officials. I think the officials are 100% ruining the Premier League. Ibrahimovic's goal that was scored, the two goal scorers were Mata, assisted by Rashford, and Ibrahimovic, assisted by Ander Herrera. And the linesmen this match were absolutely shambolic in that. He could clearly see Ibrahimovic. There were three players there, stood offside. Ibrahimovic being the closest to being onside. Just stood there casually, picks up the ball, cheeky snapshot in the back of the net. I didn't think it went in as first because he hit it so hard it bounced back out the net. But it was a ruled goal, and that was the 2-0. The Mata goal was just a simple finish, really. Well, it was a nice finish by Mata. And the player for me that changed things was Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford came on in about the 60th minute. And for me, he did really... it was more the 55th minute. Between 55 and 60 minutes, Rashford came on. He changed the tempo of the game. United was struggling to get in behind because West Ham had theoretically set up two lines of four players that were dropping and helping defending, and at some points of the match they had six at the back. They had Payet and Antonio, who moved across to kind of left back and right back, and then their four defenders were all playing centre half, and that was absolutely ridiculous. There's no way any of them were getting through that, and we needed someone who had a little pace and a lot of vision to do that. So we brought on Mata. He has the vision. Rashford has the pace and the vision, and they just did it. They created. Mata was allowed to float around in the second half. Didn't have a set position. We switched to three at the back, I believe, at one point. Then reverted back to four at the back, and I was like, oh, what is going on? And one thing that did surprise me was the Lingard starting, but Martial, obviously, maybe he just wasn't feeling up to it, only playing 2 days ago. And that is also something that does tend to annoy me, actually, which is a lot of reason why people say that the English teams in all these competitions, even England players, do struggle a lot in international and European competitions because they're just fatigued. They play over the winter. The English Premier League is the only league that plays over the winter. All the others have a winter break. And it's not just the winter. It's not just playing over the winter. Let's see, they play on most teams plays on Boxing Day, and there was a game after that as well. And then they played New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and now they're playing today and tomorrow. And it's ridiculous. They're just slamming through so many matches. But I suppose when you have 20 teams in the league, then that is what has to go down. But maybe more fixtures midweek would help clear that and stop the flow at Christmas where they just get smashed with so many games. But that's probably never going to happen. For me, my man of the match today, I probably would go with, I don't know, what's their man of the match? I'd probably go with Ander Herrera for me. Assisted a goal. I would say Rashford, or I would say one of the two goal scorers. If they'd have started in the first half, then yes, definitely. But Mata did play well. But the midfield three for me, Pogba, Herrera and Carrick for me are the three biggest improvements. That is the improvement from in the team at the moment. And this is the only thing we can do. We are 10 points off Chelsea. Chelsea are a game behind when they play. They probably will win. I'm not too sure who they're against. I think they might be against Spurs. And they do play Spurs either in the next match or the one after, as far as I'm aware. And I'm hoping that Spurs will be able to take some points away from them. But I'm listening to the commentary. We're halfway through the season, and if Chelsea go ahead, they're on 11 games now. If they go another 19 games unbeaten, so 30 games unbeaten, then 30 game winning streak, however, that would be ridiculous. 30 games unbeaten would be quite a task. The Arsenal did that 2002, 2003, I believe. Don't hold me on that. Or 2003, 2004, one of them 2 seasons. But Chelsea will have a few games where they're going to slip up. The points gap between the top 6 is 13 points. Chelsea have got 4 big other teams, excluding Manchester United and themselves, that they've still got to play. And there's the other 3 teams that can cause an upset. And Chelsea haven't been too... I wouldn't say they've been too at the start of the season, they're a little bit wobbly. Now they're coming into the form, and maybe they're going to drop off. But I was listening to the commentary, and one of them said, one of the guys said, we're just going to Manchester United now, surely just hoping for a top 4. But the other guy responded and said, as a Manchester United fan or player or any part of the team, inside that Old Trafford, when we weren't playing Old Trafford, but inside all their minds, inside the manager's mind, any season, no matter what position the team's in, they're going to be going for that title because of the reputation of the club. And the reputation of the club is what's important to us as a team. And hopefully, this man right here is going to get in some form soon. And, he is in incredible form. He had a very good match again today. Didn't do too much, but just instrumentally controlling the game is what I'm impressed with Pogba with, and Ander Herrera. 2 big improvements. Ibrahimovic grabbing a goal, 13th goal of the season. Things are looking up. I'll see you in the next match report. Goodbye.